It's only been about 45 minutes since the last time we talked to you, and already some new additional news on other potential either therapies or vaccines coming to play here, too. What do you think of this news? First, specifically this news from Merck, let's say.
Well, look, this is good news. We all assumed Merck was in this game. They had indicated they were developing a vaccine. We all assumed they were using the Ebola platform, the VSV platform. So they have a platform for their Ebola vaccine where they use a virus that's basically a cattle virus. It's found in cattle, and they substitute in a protein for the Ebola bug. In this case, they're going to do it with the coronavirus bug on the surface of that virus. And it codes for the spike protein. So it codes for development of the spike protein, and you develop an immune reaction to the spike protein itself. So basically a similar kind of approach, trying to target the spike protein, but a completely different vaccine platform, and one that Merck knows very well because they were successful developing the Ebola vaccine using the same platform. So they have a head start on doing it here.
I mean, it's exciting to hear this on top of the other news that we talked about this morning with Novavax, watching kind of through and Merck, by the way, that's a big company for that stock to be popping by 4.3% this morning. If you look at Novavax, it's up by about 24%, but of course, a much smaller company talking about trying to push a vaccine over the finish line. But what's exciting is to think that there are so many different potential places that could be developing a vaccine like this. What does that make you think, just in terms of the odds of at least one or two of these things striking?
Well, look, and different approaches as well. So you have the major manufacturers are in this game, the big pharmaceutical companies, and they're each taking a different approach. And I think that that's very good, the fact that we have so much variety in how we're going after this virus. And so if one approach doesn't prove successful, it doesn't seem to produce enough of an immune response, we have many different approaches. The adenoviral vector vaccine approach that Oxford and J&J is using, the mRNA approach that Moderna and Pfizer is using, the protein approach that Novavax and Sanofi is using, and now Merck's approach, which is to use attenuated viruses. They're using an attenuated measles virus, and in this case VSV, vesicular stomatitis virus, which is a virus that infects cattle, livestock primarily, and that's what they use to successfully develop an Ebola vaccine. These are all very distinct approaches, and so one of these is going to work, and one of them is going to work to produce enough immunogenicity to produce a protective vaccine. If you look at what the Chinese are doing, by contrast, they have one approach where they're using an adenoviral vector, AD5, an older adenoviral vector platform approach that a lot of people have seen that virus, and so they have some cross-immunity to it, which isn't good, meaning that when you give them that vaccine, their bodies actually attack the vaccine construct. And then there are other approaches that use an activated virus, a very old approach, maybe faster to market potentially, but probably won't produce the same amount of immunogenicity, same immune reaction that some of these newer approaches that the Western manufacturers are taking.
Hey, Scott, let's just say, in the best case scenario, that all of these approaches work and all of them give you some level of immunity. Which one would you want? Which one would you personally want as a vaccine, just based on the safety factors?
Well, look, I don't think it's going to be winner take all here. I think we need multiple manufacturers in the market. And I think, unlike the flu market, these are going to be more differentiated. So there might be some vaccines that are more targeted to an older population because they might produce more immunogenicity in an older population. Some that you might have more of an assurance around their safety, so you might use it in a younger population. So I think it's going to be a little bit of mixing and matching and using these vaccines in different places. But it's not going to be a winner-take-all market. I think there's room in the market for multiple manufacturers here to be successful.